All right, we just finished our microdermabrasion procedure. You will have 5 minutes to clean up the area, so all of your supplies will go into your either your trash or your soiled linens. So that would be your drape, and then you'll put your microdermabrasion wand into the disinfectant, items to be disinfected bag, and then you're going to spray your table, spray your counter, spray your chair. You're going to get so sick of spraying. Trust me on this. You're going to wipe it all down. When you're finished, you're going to step to the side. Now I'm going to read you the instructions for the leg wax procedure. So the leg wax procedure is one leg of your model, and your model needs to have some hair, remember? And we're going to be waxing from just above the knee, just a little bit above the knee to the ankle. We're doing a half leg wax on the front of the leg only. I'm expecting you to wax from above the knee to the ankle, the front and the sides of the leg, just like you would on a regular client. We're not flipping them over though. We're just doing the front half. Okay? So this is going to be 3-step procedure. Step number 1 is room setup. So once again, guess what you get to do? Yep. Table, chair, counter. Wipe it all down. Then you're going to go and you're going to get your SMA and you're going to set it down. And you're going to go get your supplies from the counter. Now the only thing, which I just realized I don't have in my kit here, that you're going to need to bring for this procedure is a pair of tweezers. So you'll need a pair of tweezers that you've brought from home for this one. Everything else is going to be on the supply table. And that's going to be your wax strips, your wax sticks. So for the most part, you'll be using the large one, but you're going to have to test the wax, so get a small one too. You're going to need a pair of gloves. You're going to need witch hazel. You're going to need some powder. And you're going to need some oil when you need to remove it. So our oil is going to be on the supply table, but it's a multi-use item, meaning everyone's sharing it. So you'll just put some oil in a cup and take it with you. You're also going to need some 4x4s, which will be in the supply table. And we will be testing your wax as we go to make sure the wax is ready. So those are going to be the supplies that you're going to need for this procedure. Okay? So test. Don't get too many of these because you can always go back to the table and get more. You're going to need your strips, your gloves, your witch hazel, your powder, some oil in a cup, some 4x4s. Did I say gloves? Just in case. So that's step number 1. Once you have that done, you're going to have, let's see, client draping, you have 5 minutes. So my suggestion is when your model gets there, instruct her that she's going to have to be getting on a gown pretty soon. So maybe have her get the gown on. So she's going to wear the gown, probably like a skirt for this. Or she doesn't have to wear a gown. She can wear shorts or a skirt that comes up. But whatever clothing she has on has to be protected. So in your next wax procedure, the setup, this will be the draping. You're going to have your client come over, and of course, before we touch a client, we're gonna have paper set out on our table, the wax paper, and we're gonna have her hop up on the table. So if she's got shorts or a skirt that she can lift up, that's fine. If it's anywhere near where you'll be waxing, you can just take some paper towels and tuck it in her clothes. If she's got socks on, fold them down, tuck it in. Talk to your model, see if she can go sockless. It just saves you some time. But any clothing that's nearby has to be draped properly so we don't get wax on her. You're gonna have 5 minutes to get your model ready. That's why I'm suggesting have your model prepped before. What is she gonna do for this procedure so we don't have to have the discussion in your 5 minutes. Okay, so our first step is gonna be setup. Our second step is going to be draping our model. And then our third step, you're going to have 17 minutes to wax a half of a leg, front leg only. So you're going to start off wearing your gloves. So we're going to put our gloves on, and then we're going to clean the area with your 4x4s and your witch hazel. So you're going to clean the entire leg that you're going to be working on. And then you're going to just kind of let that have a minute to kind of dry. And then you're going to apply powder all over that leg. You guys know how to wax, right? So we clean, we powder. Then we're going to go over to our wax pot and we're going to test our wax. And we're going to test it on the inside of our arm because that's where we can feel heat best. So we're going to test it on the inside of our arm. This goes immediately in the trash. And then we're going to remove it. Now, usually before we get to the wax, I have you guys test it just to make sure our wax is in the neighborhood. If it's too hot, you're going to have a problem. If it's too cold, you're going to have a problem. So we'll be on top of that though. I've only had that happen one time. Okay, now I'm ready to wax my client. So I'm going to get wax on a stick. I'm looking to see that you have control of that wax. So my best suggestion is get your wax, have it on one side of your stick only, hand underneath, bring it over. You're going to apply it in the direction of hair growth, which for 90% of the time is going to be from the knee to the ankle on your client. I'm looking to see that you've applied it in a nice, thin, even application. Stick goes immediately in the trash. Now you're going to grab your strips. You're going to place this on your client, and I'm looking to see that you're bonding in the direction of hair growth. Now, if you do this, that's not what I'm looking for. If you're doing this, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see that you're bonding that hair. Now, you can do that over and over again, which is petting your client, a whole different video. But I'm looking to see that you know that we bond in the direction of hair growth. I'm looking to see that you hold the skin nice and tight, and you pull fast and furious, and then you throw the strip away. And then we're going to repeat that over and over until the entire front leg, the half leg of the front of the leg, is hairless. Now, one of the things that you have to do before you finish is you have to raise your hand. I'm going to come over and you're going to have a pair of tweezers, and you're going to demonstrate tweezing of one hair. So make sure you save a hair. What I'm looking for is that you're holding that skin tight, and I'm looking to see that you know that we tweeze hair in the direction of hair growth. So if you've got a hair growing this way and you're pulling that way, that will be a markdown. If the hair is growing this way, the pull should be that way. Okay? So when I'm finished, then I'm going to take my oil, and you can either put that on your gloved hand or you can put it with a 4x4, and I'm looking to see that you're putting oil to remove any residual wax on your client. And then you should be just wiping off the leg. You can use a 4x4. I prefer to use just some of the wax to make sure that there's no oil left on, because oil can stain people's clothes just as badly as wax can. So again, 3 steps in this whole procedure. They're all timed separately. First is setup for your wax procedure. Second, draping of your model. Third is going to be the actual wax procedure. In the actual wax procedure, you're going to start by cleaning the leg with your witch hazel. You're going to protect the skin with your powder. Then you're going to test your wax on the inside of your arm. Make sure that it's not going to burn your client. Of course, the whole time I have gloves on. Then I'm going to control my wax, hand underneath so I don't drop it on the floor. I'm going to apply it in the direction of hair growth. Stick goes in the garbage. Excuse me. Then I'm going to bond in the direction, hold that skin tight, and I'm going to pull in the opposite direction. I'm going to repeat that as many times as it takes until I get all the leg hair done. Then I'm going to finish with some oil. You can put that in your glove and work it in. You can put it on a 4x4 technique. Not judging you on that. And don't forget, before you finish, I need my mints. You're going to go ahead and show me, raise your hand and tell me that you want to show that you know how to tweeze a hair. Okay, that's your leg wax procedure. Thanks, guys. See you in our next video.